This week's episode of Taste Test Live is brought to you by the great folks at Latin Soul Grill. Who says you can't have the best of both worlds? At Latin Soul Grill, they combine the best Latin cuisine with the comfort of a Southern barbecue meal. Locals in Jacksonville, Florida, are lining up for this unique flavor fusion from a food truck whose owners are just as passionate about their food as they are about their customers' satisfaction. Just search the web for Latin Soul Grill and let them know Damien and Lamar sent you. This week's episode of Taste Test Live is also brought to you in part by our audio sponsor, WJCT 89.9 FM. WJCT is the NPR member public radio station in Jacksonville, Florida. The station has been on air since 1972 and airs NPR news and talk during the week and a mix of news, talk, eclectic music on the weekends. Want to help WJCT? Visit their website today at wjct.org to find out how you can be a part of community-supported public broadcasting. If you like Taste Test and you want to keep the music digestion sessions going every week and get some exclusive bonus content, stick around afterwards for details. But first, let's start the show. Have a taste.
You are now in the zone. With Taste Test Live. Hosted by Damien Lamar and Blue Franswa.
Hey, what's jazzin'? Welcome to Taste Test Live. I'm Damien Lamar, the host of the new radio show Taste Test on WJCT 89.9, Northeast Florida's NPR station. My radio show is a 1 hour long music program that airs twice a week on Saturdays and Tuesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. And it has a focus of redefining urban radio. I'm excited to be back again for another fantastic week, and joining me in Studio 2 is my co-host, Blue Franswa extraordinaire, and the lovely, the regal, the pheromonious MJbaker.
Woohoo! Such a big word, pheromonious.
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 I hereby deem you the pheromonious queen. For those who don't know what pheromonious refers to, you have to go back and listen to some of the old podcasts where I talk about how MJ's pheromones have taken over the microphone and the room every time she comes in. So Blue, can you take a few moments and tell our first time listeners what they can expect from this podcast?
Every week on our podcast, Taste Test Live, you'll get heartfelt and insightful music digestion sessions, as well as highlights in the music and entertainment industry. On the show, you'll hear artist interviews and exclusive music you won't hear anywhere else on any other podcast but here.
But here, that's right. So we want to keep our podcast subscribers very happy by offering new and fresh content every week. And we're also looking to continue booking new guests. We are booking into May 2019 right now. So if you're itching to be a guest on the podcast, head over to www.tastetest.live and contact us so that we can think about having you on. We're going to start off with the Taste of the Week. Last week, we featured a brand new artist who was Mansur Brown, celebrating his release on Black Focus Records. This week, the Taste of the Week is Dawn Richard, formerly of Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money. She's got a new album called New Breed. And I played on Taste Test radio show over the weekend, Dreams and Converse from that new album. It's exquisite. MJ, did you have any thoughts about Dreams and Converse?
I dug it. I really enjoyed it. I love concepts. So yeah, it was really dope. And I guess the end part, that part, I was like, okay, where does this fit?
Yeah. And I think what she's doing, and I could be wrong, again, this is my opinion, that part at the very end of the song, you'll hear this guy speaking, and he's talking about the colonization of Indians in the Bayou area, the Louisiana area, right? Which is primarily her background, and she's, I guess, using her album to show her heritage and where she's coming from in some of her culture. Gotcha. And that fed right over into, I just felt like I just had to, Lightworks by J Dilla. Yeah.
Listen.
Yes.
Can I speak on that for a second?
By all means.
Listen, okay. So I've always dug J Dilla, but the gentleman who he sampled from, which is, I did research. I Wikipedia'd this guy because Raymond Scott is the gentleman who created the soundtrack, who made that song. And I listened to the whole song.
Yes.
Now, this man was born in 1908 and he died, I think, in 1994 or something. But he was way before his time. Like, his music, I mean, incorporating jazz and electronica, and like, I mean, that song took me away. It was like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's funny. We all celebrated J Dilla's birthday. He would have been 45 this year had he been around. We know that he passed away several years ago from complications with, I believe, lupus. And J Dilla's this amazing beat maker, great producer. And the song, I was like, man, she beat me to the punch. Erykah Badu posted Lightworks on her Instagram.
Wow.
And you get a chance in her weird, quirky way of doing stop motion videos and using some of the video editing technique that only she can do so well in 1 minute.
Right.
She's mastered the art. She'd mastered the art when she was on Vine, when Vine only gave you 6 seconds.
Right.
She was doing stop motion videos and you saw a whole lot in 6 seconds.
Wow. Yeah.
With Lightworks, she did, and you got a chance to almost look at her jewelry box. She blinged out, like completely blinged out in that Lightworks video on Instagram. So follow Erykah Badu on Instagram. You'll get a chance to see Lightworks. I thought it was perfect to go in right after Don Richard's song. So.
Yeah, it was dope.
So some of the other highlights from the show, the radio show on Saturday night. You had a few favorites, MJ?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Kamal Williams, New Heights. So here's something about me. I would prefer to listen to instrumentals all day.
Yeah.
And so, because for me as an artist, without the lyrics, the energy, the vibrations, the scenery that is set without words is beautiful to me, and it inspires me. Like, I was listening to this driving and I was like, I want to write now. Like, boom. I didn't even want to go. I was like, I don't want to go to work. I want to write. Yeah. It was super. And then I text you and I'm like, this Kamal Williams. Oh my God. That's
brand spanking new. That just came out last week.
Wow.
So it's an honor to be able to play that song. I mean, Kamal is he too is also a new breed or a rare breed, very much like Don. He is a fantastic musician, and he played that whole album by himself.
Wow.
With the help of his friends that helped produce it.
Oh man.
Every track, every instrument. Which now you have a lot more respect for him.
I do.
MJ's looking at me like,
my eyes are sparkling. And he's cute. I Wikipedia'd him a little bit too.
Yeah.
British.
So I played New Heights. One of my favorite tracks. I went back and I went back into, I guess this was the 90s, late 1990s, early 2000s, and played Carl Thomas Summer Rain.
Oh my gosh.
Man, that song makes me feel amazing.
Yes.
I love Summer Rain by Carl Thomas. You like that song, Blue?
I love it.
Yeah. So I played that, and then Computer Love by Zapp and Roger.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny because I had posted on Instagram, on Facebook, and asked what everybody's favorite track was. And one of my friends commented and said it was very nostalgic. Thank you for posting that. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, the one of my favorites was From the Midnight Hour. So Amazing with Luther Vandross.
Yes.
So did you know that Adrian Young and Ali Shaheed Muhammad were here at 1904 Music Hall?
Yes.
Promoting that album. And I got a chance to see them in concert here in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm sure it was great live.
I'm gonna say this on the mic. Jacksonville, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves because you didn't show up like you should have. We had a former person from De La Soul, a Tribe Called Quest, in the midst. Fantastic musicianship. the Lauren Oden sang background, the concert was great, but the attendance was low, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, I felt the need to put them on and play them on the radio. Any other highlights for you?
So I really dug PYT, the remix that will.i.am and Michael Jackson. It's like, because sometimes when I listen to music, I don't really look to see who it is. I just listen.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, did you come back, Michael?
Right?
Brother, you hot? And so it was really cool to hear the twist on it. And I was like, I'm gonna have to add this to my set. I got to see how I can mix this in.
Yeah. Because
I sing the original PYT in my set. So, I mean, this was, it was really special. I like when they blend the old. And then, and like you said, the So Amazing. Just hearing Luther in a different way, but yet it's still the same purity of who he... Yeah. Of his voice, and it just made me want it. So I'm like, wow, okay, I get to go listen to more Luther now. Yeah, so that's what.
And it's funny, like when that one track, they actually played the extended version. That stuff that you don't hear on his actual album version. They played all his runs. They they probably told him, Luther, just keep singing, and they just cut it out eventually. Right. But they kept that in the song, which was kind of cool.
Now, a special thing near and dear to my heart was the Brandy song. Because I miss her so much. Like I feel like there's no vocalist like her. Nobody can match her. And so people try, but it was really nice to hear.
Shout out to Brandy. That was from the Star Cast. The song was called All I Need. I started out on side B with that. And happy birthday, Brandy. On 2/11, her birthday. Yeah. She celebrated her birthday, and of course it's always raw for her because she loved Whitney Houston, and Whitney Houston also died on her birthday.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So she yesterday on Instagram, she of course posted, and she's getting all this birthday love, and at the very end of the night she posted a Whitney Houston picture, and it was a great shot. I don't think I've ever seen that shot of Whitney.
Oh wow.
It was I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney.
Yeah.
Black and white shot with an amazing outfit on, and I'm like, and I noticed somebody commented and was like, you made it all day. You just had to do it. So, shout out to Brandy.
But first, let's move on to our favorite weekly segment called Put This in Your Mouth.
Yes.
My bad, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I went to church Sunday, so I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What happened at church?
I heard the word. Amen.
Was it planted deep within your spirit?
Nope. I was ready to go.
It went on fallow ground?
No. You ever seen that little video YouTube where when a little boy go up, he said, they say something, he go, I don't like this church. And he walks out.
That was you?
That was me, yeah. I'm ready to go. Amen.
Well, he says worship him in spirit and in truth.
That's right. There's the truth.
Service was good.
So let's continue on. We have a lot to discuss in reference to what transpired since we last met. And as most of you guys know, music's biggest night, the Grammys, happened on Sunday night. Yeah. So some of the highlights, I had a chance to watch the Grammys, and I even set my DVR, or so I thought, so that I can go rewatch it again. And I'm not sure if it was an issue with my DVR or something happened, but it did not record. So I was kind of upset because I wanted to see it again. But some of the highlights that, of course, Alicia Keys, she hosted. She's a 15-time Grammy nominated or Grammy award winning artist. And early on in the show, she came out on stage with Lady Gaga, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Michelle Obama.
Wow, that's major.
And they stood in solidarity and talked. Lady Gaga, each one of them had like a small little monologue, and they talked about their weirdness. That Lady Gaga said, people told her she was too weird and she wouldn't be accepted. And look where she is. She's on the Grammy stage, And I feel like the Grammys this year was the year of the woman. Mm-hmm. That every performance, I have goosebumps now. Every performance, almost all the performances were by women. Some of the highlights were that who performed. Janelle Monáe performed, and she blurted out, "Let the vagina have my life."
I was gonna say, yeah, I heard that.
She performed. Also, Cardi B performed. I think the best performance award goes to Cardi B, who also won. She was the first woman to win the first rap album. Congratulations, Cardi B, on that. Lady Gaga did a performance from her movie. It was the movie that she was in recently.
Star is Born.
Star is Born. She did one of the songs there, minus Bradley Cooper. And then my favorite performance, and I was blown away, it's called The Joke by Brandi Carlile. Please do yourself a favor and go watch if you can find it on YouTube. Listen to her album. That girl has some pipes and can sing and play some guitar, like no doubt about it. So some of the other highlights, Blue. I mean,
J-Lo gives a awesome performance to the Motown tribute, and everybody was happy about it.
Nah, I know you. I know you're lying.
Hey,
Wow.
but I feel like she should. She was on In Living Color. She was one of the fly girls. She dated Puff P. Diddy.
But let me ask you a
does
question.
that-
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah, exactly. What does that have to do with her performing?
So
for the
they
Motown
associate her with black culture. Wait, you not
Because
with
she
me?
got no.
She dated P. Diddy.
I'm gonna say this. I and I love nothing against J-Lo. I mean,
She was one of the fly girls. Come on.
she was one of the fly girls. She's very versatile. She's been around for a long time. And from I did see the performance. It was a variety of different songs she sang, and the choreography was amazing. It was on point. The fashion was on point.
Yeah, she could dance.
Without question. She nailed it. She nailed it.
Right.
But what about some of the actual Motown artists that are still alive, like Gladys Knight, Smokey Robinson? I mean, the list could go on and on. They could have reached out and got some people in Motown, and I know
Maybe Motown chose Jenny from the block.
and
from the hood.
They brought Nia on, who's an actual Motown
Smack
recording
you in a
artist. Yeah. I don't know, man.
I'm trying
Well, I mean, here's my thing. As I feel like, well, it's a tribute. So usually in tributes they do have other people singing it. I didn't mind the fact that Jennifer Lopez was. I just feel like it shouldn't have just been Jennifer Lopez. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I feel
it
like
wasn't. I mean, they peppered in.
It could've-
They let Alicia Keys sing. I can say
Right.
let Alicia Keys sing.
Well, I mean, it's just like and this just came to me. It's just like the Super Bowl when Maroon 5 said, let's add Travis Scott and Big Boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it really did not make the performance any better.
Correct. It was the same thing.
It was the same thing. And I understand. I mean, like I saw on social media where some Hispanic people, some Puerto Ricans were like, hey, get off J-Lo. You know, I grew up to that same music and I sing those same songs in my sets. Yeah, but I'm not going to get up and do the merengue.
Got a good point.
That is a valid point.
Do you see what I mean? What I'm saying is, and I'm not, and then somebody said in a comment, hey, I'm not going to be mad if somebody doesn't ask me as a black singer to do Selena, because Selena was not black.
Correct.
So I understand. I just think, number one, J-Lo does not have that wide range of vocals. And I feel like I think it should have been a variety.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think the committee or whomever was behind selecting her, J-Lo, be very careful not to say her, because her was also another amazing performance. And congratulations to her winning her 2 Grammys. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
But there's nobody out there like, but her was gonna win. You know why?
Without question.
You know why? Because there's no female R&B artist that can match her right now.
Correct.
None. Everybody is cookie cutters. To me, I mean, outside of some independent artists, hands up to the independent artists, you know, she's the only major, you know, that I know of that's doing something outside of being sexual and you know what I mean, she doesn't have to do that, although her songs are very intimate. Sorry, that was sidebar.
This is true.
I mean,
but while we're on the subject of talking about her, she in her acceptance speech, she made a comment about, you know, like it was weird because it was like she was shocked that she actually was winning.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the level of authenticity based on what I saw. It just didn't seem like she was as authentic, like almost like it was a rehearsed kind of like, oh my God, I won, that kind of way. But then when she finally got up, she said, you know, this is shocking because this is an EP. I didn't even put out an album.
Wow. Yeah, I saw
that. Now I am an avid listener of her. I put her on in my house when I'm cleaning. If I got to do some intensive cleaning, I got the speakers jamming, blasting, and I'll say, Alexa, play her on shuffle. And I can literally go 3 hours without hearing the same song because she's put out that much music. Now, did you know the Grammy standards? What are the Grammy standards for an album?
I think it's 7 songs.
It's only 5 with a 15-minute project. A 15-minute total, 5-song minimum. She's done that several times, which is why she actually got the Grammy. See?
Yeah.
So she in her mind, she's like, I didn't put an album out, but you put like 4 EPs out that you can put them all together and you got 2 albums. You have that much material.
Well, and then I don't think it's the length, it's the quality. It's the It's really what's behind it. I think people are hungry for good music now.
Yes.
They're hungry for substance, you know, and meaning. And so she gave it to us. She really did.
And have you seen her Tiny Desk performance?
Yes.
The background vocals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were bad.
It's crazy.
I mean, yeah.
So I mean, okay, so we said Cardi B
like that.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Come see me, anybody out there with a heart.
That's your invitation.
I need vocalists that can remember the words.
It's hard to do these days. No, I'm kidding.
It is. It's a challenge.
But so Cardi B performed, great performance. Lady Gaga, Brandi Carlile, J-Lo performed. Travis Scott brought on stage James Blake, his track that he sang on James Blake's album. Assume Form. He sang some of the other highlights.
Drake.
His acceptance
Drake
speech.
gave a beautiful acceptance speech of his Grammy.
Yeah, he got Rap Song of the Year.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know. Based on what I timed, I think an average of about 10 seconds. The Grammys allotted 10 seconds per person for acceptance speeches this year.
Right.
He was talking and he was rambling a little bit. But what he was saying,
he was saying that you don't need a Grammy to say you are a winner.
In a nutshell, he's saying, you know, those individuals that are out in the business and they have people buying tickets to their shows and selling out shows that they already won. They don't need a Grammy.
Right.
And while he was saying that, they put that Grammy music on real quick and cut to commercial. And he was looking around like, was it something I said? Like, while he's holding the Grammy in his hand, saying you don't need one of these.
Right.
But what he was saying from an artist's perspective, he's right. You know, I haven't had any sold out shows. But I'm not a performing artist. I'm not a touring artist.
Yeah.
But once you get people to buy tickets to your shows, you have made it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying they don't need a Grammy. Some people need a Grammy because it actually helps them to thrust their careers forward. By you becoming Grammy nominated, you're now validated in a sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, he should have said it that way. Diana Ross.
Oh, my beloved. She's my spirit animal.
But she celebrated her 75th birthday. She's celebrating her 75th birthday this year, and she performed live. She also was introduced by her grandson, who came out and with this amazing fro and this awesome suit and these great tennis shoes.
He's so cute.
Yeah. He introduced his granny, and she came out, and some of my takeaway from the performance was that she did reach out and touch, and she went out in the audience, and she literally, like she normally does on her concerts, pass that mic over, and you have your chance. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. I felt like so emotional in that moment.
Yeah.
I felt that's what we need. Make this world a better place if you can. She's been saying that for years and years and for well over 40 years. The same song.
Right.
And she, had a point where she was saying, like, make this, you can make a difference. And it was very, very inspirational. But then she also gave a pat for herself.
She said, happy birthday to me. And her birthday is March 26th. Now, I know it's some people out there got some memes about my spirit animal, Diana Ross. And I just want to tell you guys, take them down. Because what she was saying was, she is natural. If you watch her perform, she loves to be celebrated, just like any artist. And it's like, look at all these young people and all my friends out in the audience. Oh, happy birthday to me. I feel like it's my birthday.
Well, she should have said, I feel like it's my birthday.
But this is like, and I have a girlfriend, Yolanda, she might kill me, but she always says, it's my birthday, you guys, buy me something. And people fall for it every single time. And she does get birthday cakes when it's not even her birthday. So I feel like...
I like that. Okay, speaking of birthday cakes, y'all want to hear something funny that I did?
What?
So my birthday was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Almost a couple weeks. Almost. And I'm probably gonna get in trouble now that I'm saying this. The person asked, this person, I can't say their name, asked me if I wanted a cake. And sometimes how people say, can I do anything for you? Or can I get you something? Me, I'm a little devious sometimes, and I have to admit this. If people do that, I'll say, like somebody asked me, oh, I hear you're not doing well. Can I get you anything? I said, yeah, a blender. Like I'll just throw something out and they'll bring it. So like she said, can I get you anything for your birthday? Like, what, you want a birthday cake? I said, yeah. She said, what kind of cake? I said, I want a lemon cream filled chiffon cake with strawberry homemade whipped cream dressing or icing on top. And then she paused for a second. She's like, can I buy that somewhere? Is it homemade? I said, oh, more than likely you have to make it homemade. Now, was I wrong?
Did they make it?
Yeah, it was amazing too.
Oh wow, you're wrong.
I mean, like, no. Because I felt like because going back to the whole Diana Ross thing, like, it's my birthday. Like, I could ask, if you're asking me if I want a cake, I can get what I want, right?
Yes.
Okay, was I wrong for like making it like over the top, embellishing it and stuff?
No, because okay. You know why? Because I'm particular as well.
So it's called being particular.
It's what okay, this is my thing. If you really don't want to know, don't ask me. So if I go to a restaurant and people are, like my friends are like, I hate going out to eat with you, because when I go out to eat, I'll look at the menu and I pick a meal and I'll say, can I replace the steak for shrimp? And then can you broil the shrimp in butter? It's like I'm very specific. So I think that if this person asks you, then, and if they couldn't do the cake,
then she wouldn't have.
She said, is there anything else?
Yeah, but she did, and
was it good?
It was very good. Okay. It was very moist. It was delicious, and I took, because she had to take the container back with her, I ended up taking the cake in like 2 to-go boxes, and I probably had way too much cake. I'm telling you, like, I'm cut off. I'm cut off. So anyway, let's get to some of the nitty gritty. Before we have 2 more items to discuss, but back to the Grammys. This America, the song by Childish Gambino.
This is America.
Excuse me, This is America. It won Song of the Year. Blue.
And he wasn't even there.
No, he was not.
That's unprecedented.
Well, he was nominated, but in a weird kind of way. And I have to say that, he wasn't there, but that's his protest. 1, 2, he's really not a rapper.
Wait.
He's an actor that had a side project that he put out, and he got nominated for that project. He didn't put an album out. That was a single.
Wow. I like him as a rapper, not a singer or actor. I like him as a rapper.
Okay, like he did with his Feels Like Summer project. That 2-song EP.
Yeah.
Hot. Amazing. Put it out. Just like he did This Is America.
I'm confused. You think he's a protesting?
I believe that's a silent protest. A silent protest is my absence. I'm going to do you guys a favor and not show up.
But why is he protesting?
Why were a lot of people protesting the Grammys?
Man, they protesting over Gucci. They protesting that.
Gucci need to be protested. They need to shut it down.
So what happened with Gucci?
They
had the black
designed a sweater that was similar to blackface.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even understand.
It was $895.
So, yeah, I've been seeing that a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I've been, and granted, there's too much blackface still going around in 2019, people. Yeah. Enough is enough. Like, come on, y'all, really?
Yeah.
Stop reaching. If you want to be black, go through the process and become black. Otherwise, leave the blackface alone, because it's not cute at all. It's not cute. And it's a mockery of the official Jim Crow.
Right.
Stop. Do better. Hire more a diverse marketing team, so that somebody could stop you and say, you know what, this is not going to fly, or this looks like blackface. Y'all might not want to do this.
Right.
You have the right people on your team so that you don't look like an ass.
Well, and that's what I think. So I think I read where Spike Lee and a number of other celebrities and people that wear Gucci were saying that they wanted them to, they would not wear the brand until they got a more sensitive, like someone, more people of diverse backgrounds on their staff that could say, you might not want to do this or whatnot, because right now they're probably, just going with what they think is hot.
So I have a question. Is Gucci Mane gonna change his name?
I thought about that last night too.
Wow. Yeah. I only got one pair of Gucci shoes that was only $250. So I wasn't a big, I didn't shop Gucci anyway.
Are you gonna sell them?
No, but actually thought about throwing them away publicly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They so nice.
Publicly. Now, when you say publicly, what does that mean?
Like, I'm just gonna do an Instagram story and just throw them away and tag Gucci.
Okay. Some people are gonna see that. You have a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Childish Gambino also did make history.
He made history.
He did. He by becoming the first artist to win a Record of the Year and Song of the Year for a hip hop song.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, next in news, 21 Savage. He was released on February 12th. The London-born, Atlanta-raised rapper, who's 21 Savage, will be released from immigration and custom by ICE after spending a week in detention. 21 Savage, whose legal name is Shaya Ben Abraham Joseph, will be. The Grammy-nominated rapper was arrested February 3rd by ICE, which said he was born in the United Kingdom and was in the United States illegally. Now, my whole thing, he's been here for so long. And I remember, I think Autumn mentioned it, he had a song called A Lot, which is really dope, featuring J. Cole. And he says some very controversial things in the song. And the day after it was released, he was picked up by ICE. And now, just in case people don't understand how immigration works, when you come into the country, you have the thing called a visa, which means visitation. And it either can expire, but you have to keep renewing it. If you don't renew it, it'll expire, you here legally. And, because I went through some of the same situation, the very exact same situation with that's 21 Savage. But the thing was, he was involved in a criminal where his friend got shot. So he was locked up, he was convicted, but they expunged it. Now, because he had information on the crime, he applied for a U visa. They never approved his visa, but he never left. So he was under the radar. He was cool, but as long as you're not a convicted felon. Now, if he was currently convicted, he would have had to leave immediately. But because he gave back and he did a lot of stuff in the community, he has 3 U.S. born children here. So that's another reason why he don't have to go. He wouldn't have to really go, but because of his criminal background, they're gonna try to use that against him. That's why that's the issue.
Even though it was expunged based on what you said.
It's expunged. Yeah.
Even though it was expunged, it could be used against you. Is that what you're saying?
It could be. Yeah. But the funny thing is, Jay-Z had put up. He had sent one of his lawyers too to help with it. So, and then they fought every day until he was released. So shouts out to Jay-Z. But ICE is very, of course they're now under the command of Donald Trump, and no matter if his wife is an immigrant, he's the son of an immigrant, he's the grandson of an immigrant. Like, none of that matters or applies to Trump. If you're currently an immigrant now and you're not affiliated with Trump, you're illegally here.
Sigh.
Right. Yeah, but I think he's gonna be okay because fortunately, he has great backing, money. So I think he'll be okay because when you have if you're the sole provider of U.S. born children and then your care custody, that has precedence and weighs a little bit in your favor. But because he has money, they also could say, hey, they can stay with their grandparents. So shouts out to 21 Savage, and he also was nominated for a Grammy, but they excluded his nomination.
Yeah. Now, What do you think about that?
That's crazy.
But for what?
Is there some rule in the Grammy policies and procedures manual that says that if he's an illegal alien or immigrant or something, that
it's just so much
that his nomination gets retracted? Like,
yeah, it's just. I don't think I forgot which one he was nominated for. I think it was a song with Post Malone. I gotta look it up, but yeah, he got nominated for. It was a particular song that did very great numbers that he released early this year. I can't think of it. I think it was the song with Post Malone, but it top charts. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's good luck with that, 21 Savage. I'm glad you're out temporarily
on bond.
Yeah, on bond
as of February 12th.
Yeah.
So also 2 more points of new music coming out. New music from Marvin Gaye.
Yes.
What?
You're the Man.
You're the Man.
Debuts next month in honor of his 80th birthday. What would have been Marvin Gaye's 80th birthday.
Wow.
So Motown is set to release a previously unreleased Motown album ahead of the actual birthday.
I think that's gonna be dope.
And he recorded that more than 4 decades. For you guys who don't know how to do math, I'm kidding. 40 years ago. So we're looking at some old but good stuff.
I bet it's timeless.
Yeah. I'm excited about You're the Man.
I seen a blog saying there was like one song that was, I think Quincy Jones collaborated on one of the. I helped produce a song on the album, so I know this is gonna be.
Yeah. I can't wait. I love Marvin Gaye.
Yeah,
I do. And then last but not least, John Legend also has a brand new song coming out called Preach.
Wow.
It's coming out this Friday, April 15th.
About time.
It skirts a little bit around gospel. He said in an Instagram video that he said, I'll quote unquote, I grew up in church and one of the things that we talked about was loving our neighbors as we love ourselves. He said, my preacher told me that our neighbor wasn't just one person that lives next door to you, but the other people you might not even know. So Preach will be out on Friday.
Wow.
So go check it out.
I'm interested in hearing about that.
Well, we may talk about that next week. So is that everything for Put This in Your Mouth?
That's everything. I mean, it's so much. I mean, we can go on and on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, gosh.
Me and you attended Overstreet's art show.
We did. So
amazing.
last week's guest was Overstreet Ducasse. We interviewed him, and he had mentioned in the interview that he would be having a art show at Bull Bean, and also a talk at St. Mark's Episcopal Church.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
I did get a chance to go and witness some of his work and see him creating at Bull Bean. It was in the back, the area out there. and Patrick Evan was performing.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And most people don't know this. I didn't. This was kind of like a happenstance. I was walking behind Patrick, and I'm like, "Let me sing."
Oh, did you sing?
Yes.
Wow.
I missed it.
And there might be a video or something like circulating out there.
Oh, I gotta see that. Jesse, he played and everything.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was really good. And then
it must have been late.
And then it was. I felt like a real celebrity because they were like, "Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop playing. Y'all gotta stop." We got to shut it down because it was beyond 10.
Oh,
it was
wow.
like 10-10 or something to that effect. But
wow.
Yeah. So that happened. Yeah, shout out to Overstreet. I'm a fan of his, and
Yeah.
I still haven't found a frame for the art that he gave me.
Me and Autumn said the same thing.
Yeah, I need to find a frame because it's beautiful, and it's a print from one of his other large scale mixed media pieces. And he came in the studio and he gave each one of us a piece of printed
nice.
art. Yeah. So
yeah, he's brilliant.
check that out on tastetest.live on the website. You can see the pictures and or on my Instagram, Damien.Lamar.
Yeah.
So yeah, that will I think that's gonna do it for us this week. Blue, can you take us out?
Yes. If you like what you heard today, please follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Taste Test Radio. We also have a website, www.tastetest.live, where you can hear and find all of our old episodes and guest interviews. Taste Test Live is a fully syndicated podcast and is on podcast services such as Apple, Google, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, Castbox, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Yes, that's right. And I ask week after week after week, if you are listening, take out time and write a review. Let us know what you like most about the podcast. We want to make sure we continue to provide you with exactly what you want. I'm also happy to announce that we have Darren Ronan coming. We also have Jihan Grant. And then we also will be featuring
James Mallett.
James Mallett will also be here. Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
Awesome people.
I think I'm going to post the schedule. I haven't posted the schedule in a while.
That'd be cool. It won't hurt.
I think I'll post the schedule so you can see who's coming up, and you can and make a point to actually put it on your calendar and listen. So one last thing too. If you are listening, it's really, really important that we know what your favorite song is. Like, comment on our social media at Taste Test Radio and let us know what your favorite song is. And I just might shout you out on the radio and or the podcast. So that goes a long way. That is our show this week. I am the producer and curator of the show. And if you want to send some money, you can do that. Also, check my Twitter. I have a link on there for a send music link now. So for those of you people who are out in the world, you're looking to submit the music for the radio show or submit the music to be considered as a guest on our podcast, go to Twitter. There's a link in my bio section. You can click it and it'll tell you exactly what you need to do to send music. So follow the instructions, or I'm going to have just some free music to listen to and you probably never get played. Thanks so much for listening. Taste Test Live is supported by listeners like you. If you enjoy the show and want to make sure I can keep making it at this rate, then head over to tastetest.live and click the button that says Patreon. There you can learn how you can help and get some perks for your support. Give a little and I'll give you an on-air shout. Give a little bit more and you can get access to exclusive live in-studio performances and see exclusive videos of one of our past interviews. If you're unable to support Taste Test Live financially, then share the show. Tell your friends about it and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast service. I really enjoy sharing this podcast with you and producing it every week. Thank you so much for listening.